5 bad habits that keep you poor. Have you ever looked at the balance in your bank account and wondered, geez, how did that happen? Do you ever wonder what happens to all the money you work so hard to earn? You always seem to have just enough each month. Or have you ever encountered a humiliating circumstance where your credit card was declined? In order to help you avoid these blunders and achieve financial success in your life, I'll share with you the 5 habits that are keeping you poor in this video. Habit number 1. Using credit cards as a first habit. Overdependence on your credit card, or occasionally credit cards, is the first bad habit that keeps you poor. Whether you like them or not, credit cards are a reality of modern finance. They make spending simple and allow you to purchase items that you otherwise would not have been able to. It is understandable why Americans have over $1 trillion in credit card debt as of 2019. Our daily lives are overwhelmed with advertisements and commercials that tempt us to open our wallets and spend money we don't have because we live in a credit-based economy. It is understandable why so many people are constrained by credit. According to a recent study, the average American family owes $16,000 or so on credit cards. In an emergency, credit cards are a lifesaver, but they also give you the false impression that you have more money than you actually do, leading you to spend money you don't actually have. Always have cash on hand when you go shopping is a good rule of thumb. Cash is always king when it comes to wise spending. First of all, you will never spend more money than you have on hand. Second, take advantage of the fact that people are inherently selfish even when it comes to their own money. Because we dislike giving or spending money, when we pay with cash we tend to be much more careful and frugal with our money. Habit number 2, impulsive shopping. Yes, we have all been in this situation. The other day, as I was doing my weekly shopping, I found myself impulsively adding items to my cart that I didn't need. For instance, I found a few great deals on items that weren't on my shopping list in the grocery and food sections of my neighborhood supermarket, but I still bought them because of the great deal. This trick that retailers have forced upon us has resulted in many consumers becoming victims. According to a Slick Deals net study of 2,000 American consumers, it was found that each month consumers make about $450 in impulsive purchases, amounting to an average of $5,400 annually. The majority of these impulsive purchases are made for things like groceries, clothing, homes, and food. Making decisions about purchases on the spur of the moment frequently results in regret later. If you look around your home, you probably see a lot of items that you hardly ever use. The exercise equipment in your garage, the appliances in your kitchen cabinet, the clothing in your closet, and many other items are examples. These are just a few examples of impulsive purchases that you probably don't need. This raises the question, why do you make impulsive purchases, even if you are not in need of them? You can't help it, your subconscious mind frequently influences your purchasing decisions. Your eyes immediately light up when you see a great deal, and your mind follows suit by screaming at you to grab it before it's too late or the product sells out. This occurs every time you see a great deal, and manufacturers and retailers then take advantage of this to get you to buy more products. Always have a shopping list with you when you go shopping. Treat it like the law that you must adhere to at all costs. Cash is king. Avoid carrying a credit card unless it is absolutely necessary. Finally, avoid battling nature because you will always lose. Leave home with a full stomach rather than going to the grocery store when you are hungry. Habit number 3, failure to budget. In general, people are terrible at this. Schools, companies, governments, sports teams, and a variety of other organizations set annual spending goals and objectives. It is only humans who don't do this for themselves. Cutting costs and setting goals and limits are two powerful and effective ways to get your finances under control. You will have a much better understanding of how to manage and invest your money if you can clearly see how much money is coming in and going out. You can prioritize your spending and direct your funds toward the things that are most important to you by using a budget. You can determine exactly how much money you will have or not have at the end of each month by creating a budget and conducting a financial audit of yourself. Additionally, it will help you become aware of any areas where you might be overspending. Unfortunately, a lot of people fail to do this, which frequently leads to them overspending and incurring debt. Habit 4, avoiding investments. We were all taught that living frugally, saving a lot of money, and living off those savings in retirement was the path to wealth and prosperity. Saving money is a great thing to do and is crucial to accumulating wealth, but for most people, the journey ends here. You cannot amass substantial wealth solely through saving. You must put money aside. I like to imagine each dollar as a tiny employee who is striving to make as much money as they can for me. The fundamental idea behind investing is this. Invest your money in items that will generate more income, such as stocks, rental properties, bonds, or even a side hustle business, rather than things that depreciate and will eventually end up in a landfill, such as cars, electronics, or designer clothing. Your assets will generate a consistent stream of income thanks to compound interest, and investing that income will result in the creation of even more income. You will eventually be able to live off of the income from these passive income streams without having to work a 9-to-5. Habit 5. Failing to keep track of your expenses. This and habit number 3, budgeting, go hand in hand. A major financial eye-opener that can genuinely change your life is keeping track of your spending and understanding where your money is going. Imagine being able to pinpoint the exact location of your most recent paycheck and knowing where every single penny you have ever earned went. Imagine having access to all of this knowledge. I never used to keep track of my expenses because, to be completely honest, I found it difficult and tedious. It takes a lot of effort to keep track of every purchase you make each day. But one day, as I was making my usual withdrawal from the ATM, I noticed that my account was almost at $0. I was shocked and surprised because I couldn't figure out where all of my money had gone. I questioned whether my money had somehow developed legs and fled. Where it had all vanished, I was unable to explain. I tried this tracking thing out of necessity and was blown away by the results. I used to keep a running tally of my spending each night before I went to sleep. After 2 weeks, I began to see a pattern. I came to the realization that I was wasting money on things that were utterly unnecessary. I became aware of how much money I was spending on takeout food and dining out. I also became aware of how much money I wasted on things like clothes and shopping, as well as on subscription services that I hardly ever use online. Moreover, I realized I spent way too much money on my girlfriend. Sorry, babe. It is what it is. So, anyway, you should start keeping track of your expenditures immediately. I must emphasize this, very importantly, your life can be changed completely by this one small habit. Much appreciation for your attendance. Please share this video if you enjoyed it. It might be useful to a friend or two. Leave your comments below, and with that said, I will see you in the next one.